What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. We're going to talk about this substitute teacher that got into it with this teenager over her phone. She responded to a lot of the backlash she's been getting. She has some things to say. I believe this was on her Facebook. She must have deleted them because when I went there, I didn't see those messages unless I didn't, her last post was March 19th, so maybe she deleted them, like a post and delete. But she responded to some things, and we're gonna get into these messages here. And this is from her. She said, "I wish y'all could walk in my shoes, wake up in her thong to understand the situation, and also wishing death on her kids is something that she doesn't tolerate. Until it happened to you, I take full accountability for my actions. Never in my year of teaching, I had a student step behind my desk and invade my personal space," which was wrong on the student's part. It says, worried about my, she said, worried about her ass and what she has underneath her clothes. Do y'all check y'all kids when they wear little dresses to school? Short crop tops, or do y'all be worried when they're down in the weight room getting bent over or under the bleachers? Now she's really going there. She says she was taking pictures of her, which is why she didn't give the phone back, running behind her desk aggressively. Shoving her was to create space. She was grabbing her walking around. I'm doing this in third person, walking around her, so she swung first. I see why she deleted these, because I don't think these helped either. I don't think these messages help. But we're gonna get into this, and to me, I don't know if it helped. But we're gonna get into this. This type of stuff didn't always happen. Not to my, especially when I was in high school or even middle school, right? But you start to see more and more videos of teachers and students getting into fights. Now, I wonder why. I wonder the generation of women whose children are high school age, who are now getting into fights with people, and men as well. I think a lot of these high school age, I don't say children, but high school age teenagers, right? A lot of them are very entitled, and a lot of them feel like they can just walk up to an adult and act any type of way and there won't be retaliation. Now, I will say this though about the substitute teacher. There's like a split sort of support / criticism of this woman. And I want people to understand that I'm not here to say that the student is 100% wrong, because the student is not 100% wrong. I feel like this woman allowed, or say her emotions, to get the better of her, because you could tell when it comes to handling everything responsibly, because it's almost as if as soon as that young girl reached around her, she was ready. She was in fight mode. And it wasn't like I'm going to restrain this person. This was, I'm going to beat this person up. It's almost like she had a flashback to when she was in high school. I don't think that the blame should be placed squarely on one or the other. I think both played a part into it. I just feel like these young people of today have absolutely no respect for authority. They have none. And that's exactly why this type of situation is happening. You will see this happening with the teacher, but the substitute teacher, it should be a lot easier to get along. At least when I was in high school, it was a lot easier to get along with the substitute. You love seeing the substitute when you come into school, But the fact that you're getting in a fight with the substitute teacher over your phone, when all you had to do was put the phone away, you're only going to be in that classroom, 30, 40 minutes maybe. Now, I know with the substitute teacher, it's just sitting there. She's not really teaching anything. Maybe you have an assignment that you have to do. Maybe that's what it is, because I would doubt they just sitting there, because when we were there, we would be able to do what we want. Now, I will say this, though. If you are a substitute teacher and you're trying to play teacher, um, that may not work out well, because if you're a substitute teacher, you're there to give the lesson plan that was given to you by the regular teacher. You're not there to be a teacher. Now, maybe this woman thought that she was an actual teacher. I mean, she didn't come to work dressed like one. Maybe she came there with the short skirt. I mean, the short shirts. Like who are you dressing like this for, right? But again, to me, this situation just was not handled well on either side. That's just my take on it. But I do put more blame on the student, because the student should have never walked around that desk. You never go around a teacher's desk. Now, it may be the substitute teacher, but you just can't do that. Right? Now, again, when I was in high school, now we didn't have the smartphones that they have now. When I was in high school, we had like the flip phone Motorola's, but now, but even then we would sit in class, we talk, maybe even play some cards, listen to music on our phones, or at the time iPods, right? But it would never be a situation where the substitute teacher's in there trying to play teacher, confiscating phones, right? And apparently this young girl was recording this teacher, and that's why the teacher confiscated the phone. But we're gonna get into it. All right. Let's go into Atlanta Black Star. Police in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and Nash County Public Schools are investigating a fight over a cell phone between a substitute teacher and a student at Rocky Mount High School on Monday morning. A substitute teacher police have identified as Xaviera Steele was recorded by another student in the classroom fighting a teenage girl in a video that went viral online. In the video, the teenager went behind Steele's desk to confront her, but while she was the only student who didn't get her cell phone back, which had been confiscated by Steele. The verbal altercation led to the student taking a swing at Steele, and then the two began to exchange punches before tussling on the floor. That's what I would like to know, what happened to lead up to her taking the phone. But there's probably no video of that. Why her phone was taken, and why she felt like everybody else got their phone back except her. Substitute teachers don't need to be doing too much. You're there to be a substitute teacher. You're not there to play teacher. All right. You don't need to confiscate anybody's phones. Why does this rule not apply to everybody else? Said the student in the video. That's my phone. Steele responds, it does apply to everybody. The student proceeded to reach for the phone that Steele was holding in her hand. The teacher was attempting to call the front office to help with the situation. Don't touch me, girl, don't touch me, says Steele in the video. She tries to push the student away. That's why I say she didn't handle the situation properly either. Everybody wants to give this woman props. She's the one that pushed the student. She pushed the student. Once again, she did not handle the situation properly. And again, I can't blame her for standing up for herself and not letting this student push her around, but she was the one initiating contact as far as pushing that girl. As the two went to the ground, Steele got on top of the student. She then restrained the student by putting her knee into her back and holding her arms down. See, now if a police officer would have done that, but anyway. Steele then repeatedly yelled to the other students, somebody get a effing teacher, get an effing teacher. Get off me, the student screamed loudly at the video. The substitute teacher was reportedly been with the school district for approximately a year. As of Monday, no charges have been filed against the teacher, according to WRAL. According to reports, NCPS policy states if an employee is attacked by a student, the employee has the right to reasonably restrain the student and defend themselves to the point that they are free of the threat or attack. The cell phone policy states that administrators may authorize individual students to use wireless communication devices for personal for personal purposes when there is an unreasonable need to for such communication. Betty, another substitute teacher, told WRAL News about how she handles tense classroom situations with students. She says, as an adult, you have to contain yourself and not let them take you that far. That's what Betty said to WRAL News. If you're kind to kids, even the toughest kids, if you're kind to them and show that you love them or are concerned about their well-being, 9 times out of 10 you won't have a lot of problems, but there are always exceptions. So Betty's basically saying, listen, she basically in a roundabout way is saying that Xaviera or Danielle, because she goes by Danielle as well, maybe didn't handle that situation properly. Reactions on social media were split. Some people were in support of the teacher and others were in support of the student. That girl took the first swing. She deserved every part of the lesson. The teacher understood the assignment, wrote Vic. Another user wrote, the girl was wrong, but the teacher escalated the situation too quickly. She's supposed to be the adult in the classroom. That's why I said, man, where was the adult in the situation? That chick had a flashback to when she was in high school. You know? But that don't mean that girl should have walked behind that desk. You know, so you got a problem, go to the front office. Go to the front office, say, hey, you know, this teacher's holding my phone. I'm trying to get my phone back. You know, she took my phone. You take it there. You don't, you know, going behind that desk, getting in that woman's personal space. That woman probably had she blacked out. I believe that woman blacked out, man. This is why, listen, parents, you got to tell your children, if you having any problems with teachers, you go to the administrators. You don't sit there and argue and fuss with these people because you don't know these people. This woman could be a full-blown crazy. Like you don't know, right? Look how this woman dressed. She's there at a high school looking for some attention. But that don't mean that you should be going up there getting in that woman's face. You got a problem, you take it to the office. And it looks like she was trying to call somebody, right? And I think she just lost it. But you can't be losing it working at a high school. Now, I don't know. Now, I don't see anywhere in this article where the woman was fired. So that woman is still working at that school. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.